Senna.
All right, we are going to watch Shogun Season 1, season finale, or series finale if they are sticking true to their word, and this is it. Here we go, a dream of a dream.
Even the recap makes me sad.
Who's this?
Was this the guy with leprosy?
That's probably a better guess than mine. Thought maybe it was the husband guy, the old one. Oh!
No, oh, it's a flashback.
Grandfather used it to fight off a whole army of Japanese assassins.
Flash forward. This is him old.
Oh, fun.
I was just thinking, what a blessing it is to be able to get old.
Was it really given to you by a savage?
He wasn't a savage.
He's got
Wow,
the cross.
yeah.
Something changed, huh?
Yeah.
It stays with him into his elder years.
That's a capital T trauma. Oh god.
Oh man. Oh, she's not moving at all.
She looks pretty good considering she got blowed up.
Is she breathing?
No.
Nothing? Dang. You know, there was a naive part of me that was really hoping she was gonna make it.
Yeah.
Heavenly Father, we commit to you, your loyal servant, Mariko-sama.
Oh, someone else got hurt too.
Yeah.
Okay. Look what you did. That's all you. No, no. Hell no. Take your forgiveness and shove it. Dang. I understand the dude was like looking out for himself and whatever, but god dang. Dude, pick a side. Stop straddling. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Here you go.
Thank you. No, but yes, pick a side. Stop straddling the fence. I know.
It's just so frustrating.
It's survival.
Like, come on, man, grow up.
I know.
Look what you did.
Some people are able to pick sides, and some people survive by straddling the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so sad. I'm sorry.
No,
it's like it barely started.
I feel like I can't really add anything that's gonna sound mature. I'm like full of dumb commentary and fart jokes, and like you're crying over here. I can't say anything.
I'm sorry. I'll try not to cry.
No, it's fine.
Oh God.
Please cry some more. I enjoy it.
Do you?
Yeah. How are they gonna wrap all this up? But I suppose now he's got motivation to something, etc.
Yeah.
Inception. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Although I've watched too much Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would imagine that there's like some big monster in there or something. How's he gonna feel? To a certain degree, like, people have their duty, but he's gotta feel bad.
Yeah.
Like,
But ultimately, his goal is for the good of Japan, so it's a greater goal, and sacrifices must be made along the way. Uh-huh. You guys already knew that. Wow.
that's cool. Now they're divided, no longer united in their ideas about what to do. Oh, I mean, wasn't that always the plan?
Oh, she's thinking.
She could be mourning internally, you know? She's just concealing it.
Uh-huh.
Who could it be?
I mean, yeah.
I don't think it's about that.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say something.
マリコ殿は手厚く弔っていただかねば。
What does that mean? A burial?
At the very least.
Okay, yeah, so she's gonna get a proper burial.
お世継ぎにも加わっていただきとうござりまする。
Well, I guess that buys Toranaga more time.
Unanimous. Oh, shit, another earthquake?
She's covering her face. I'd be covering my whole head.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
これはもう少し戦技を重ねようということではあるまいか。
よまいことを申されるな。
Oh, you're right. Look at you. I just figure earthquakes are just like commonplace. Like, okay, good. That wasn't too bad.
氷結は愛ととのたのじゃ。
He's moving forward.
Yeah, he got his vote.
Oh, finally, you feel something?
Yeah.
拙者はマリコ殿は捕らえられるだけじゃと思っておりました。
逆らうたりするゆえ命を落としたのじゃ。あれでは救いようがないわ。藪重殿のご尽力は後世に語り継がれるであろう。
I think he wants them to be forgotten. I don't think he cares anymore. He's
Yeah.
guilt-ridden, finally.
かつて太閤殿下は虎長公に戦を仕掛ける寸前まで行かれた。票は全て殿下に賛同。だがそこで地震が起きたのじゃ。
Oh,
殿下の味方はそれを不吉な前兆とみなした。
History repeats itself, huh?
大昔のことではないか。
has he gone crazy?
兵を
I
集
don't
め
think he's fit for duty
わしの指示を
anymore.
待て。
Gather your army. Like, he thought there was a fish in there.
Yeah, he's not right in the head anymore.
The situation's bad.
But it's always the kind of crazy character that like warns you about, you know, the
bad to come?
prophetic thing.
Yeah.
He's kind of turned into that, I think.
Sort of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
お前を空に戻してやろう。
It's got to come down at some point.
It's free now.
娘はま
Unless it
た埋
comes
めよう。
back.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
Yeah.
This goes beyond the scope of just duty and thinking of Japan. This is like he's getting hit hard emotionally with this
Yeah.
ordeal. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Whoa.
a lot of people.
You know, I have this like morbid fear. I'll get like 12 people to show up to my funeral. She got a whole bunch of people. I'm like, oh, I hope that many people care when I go.
随分と寝ておられましたの。
Now, who's looking after him?
マリコ様は先日埋葬され申した。
Oh,
Oh, without him.
he missed the funeral.
And y'all didn't bother
お立ち
wake
くだ
me
さい
up.
頃合いにござりまする
Damn.
木山様の手の者たちが港まで護衛いたしまする
Oh, you're on your own now. No one to translate for you. Unless the Jesuit priest comes back.
You have been permitted to return to Toranaga-sama's galley. Here is your pass.
He speaks English.
Where is Yabushige-sama?
He is preparing the galley in Osaka Bay. I have come to bring you to him.
He's on edge for sure.
Yeah.
Toranaga won't be surrendering.
Ishido-sama has mobilized the Council of Regents to war. Toranaga will be dead in weeks.
Then you don't know Yoshi Toranaga.
Yeah.
He's got faith in him.
He's seen firsthand.
Well, earlier it seemed like he was just living with Toranaga and done with him.
The hostages are free. No dirty hands, no war. Just a woman.
Yeah.
She can't have heard me. Before she died, I spoke before. Not your God, or my God.
Man.
Do you think it was acceptable?
I think it would have pleased her to see us being civil. Perhaps there might come a time we can set aside our differences.
All this nonsense. Catholic and Protestant and Calvinist and every other shittist.
It doesn't change, does it?
That day will never come.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this where I'm to be? Ambushed, like the last time I tried to leave. No longer protected. Is that why I finally meet my end?
I will not deny it.
You considered it?
You were meant to die in these woods, but an arrangement was made.
Oh.
You will leave Osaka alive.
You'll have to forgive me if I'm having some
Doubts.
trouble accepting anything on your word.
You will just have to trust me.
I believe him.
Yeah, I mean, he was close with Mariko, but I'm sure that probably has nothing to do with it. It's a bigger picture thing, I guess, with the Catholics.
Go with God, Anjin-sama. It was Lady Maria.
Mariko.
She asked the church to spare your life before she died. I have kept my word to her. Goodbye.
She's still looking out for him.
Yeah. So Blackthorne knew that name? Lady Maria?
Lady Maria. I don't know if he did, but that was her Christian name or her Catholic name, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's based on a real life woman, Maria.
Oh, dude, don't do that. You're gonna make me cry. You gotta keep it together so I can keep it together. Oh, don't break. Now we're both breaking. Oh.
何のことさ？カレーかなとは。
私の友人が読んだホックにございまする。八千代様ならどうお続けなされまする。
はて、枝には実がなる。花も咲くの。
かようにしてはいかがでしょう。風なお吹きて、花は花なれ。
She was like, good try, but no. I'll make it better.
That was beautiful.
我ら大坂に行くべきではなかったな。貴殿の腕があるではないか。共に海に出ればよいではないか。貴殿の国目指して。
Oh man.
How much of this is he catching?
国じゃ、そう。
Okay, he got that. He got
Yeah,
country.
England.
そこへわしを連れてって。
You don't want to go there. It's okay. Oh shit.
Oh,
They sunk his
dang. That is lame. Dang.
Oh, they burned it too.
I think burning was what led to the sinking of it, probably.
Oh, they know what he's done.
恐れながら藪重殿
Oh, here we go.
刀をお渡しいただくように申し使っております。
わしの刀を。
That's awkward.
この者たちは我らが主君虎長様の配下でございます。拙者に命じられたのも虎長様でございます。
Uh-oh.
I guess it's a wrap for him. He doesn't seem to be protesting much.
No.
He probably wants that punishment now.
闇夜に紛れてわしらの警護をすり抜け襲撃したのでございます。キリシタンやもしれんと思っておりまする。
Christians did this.
Okay.
He's
he
putting
got
it
that.
together,
Yeah.
Mariko-sama.
Oh, he thinks Mariko did it?
I'm not sure. He's still putting together the clues, you know?
Yeah.
キリシタンに手を貸した者が見つかるまでこの村の者たちは誰も安らうことができません。虎長様がそのように命じられました。
Whoa. Wow.
That's on display for a reason.
Yeah.
亡くなられたことはお聞き及びかと存じまする。
あの世賊を屋敷に招き入れる措置の姿が見られておったこと。マリコ殿が死んだ折、措置とともに土蔵の中におった次女の一人が近江殿に知らせてよこしたのじゃ。
Wow.
藪重殿はマリコ様が亡くなった後介護の念に駆られ許しを請うておられたとか。
Everybody's watching.
これは虎長様のお耳に入れねばと思うた次第でございます。
措置は襲撃を手引きしたのか。
What do you say at this point, dude? Just give it up, man.
Yeah, just come clean, I guess.
It's like, there's no way out.
措置の所領は全て召し上げ、明日の日没までに腹を切ってもらおう。
Whoa.
伊豆若し一門の地位を拙者はここに近江跡取りと宣言いたしますゆえ近江に跡目を継がせることをお許しくだされ。
伊豆はもはや措置が跡目を決める領地ではない。
You got nothing, dude.
解釈は誰がよい。
Anjin.
It's gotta be Anjin.
なら
Oh, what?
殿にお願いできますれば今日地獄に存じまする。
承知した。
I wonder why he said no to Anjin.
Maybe it would be too satisfying and it's not honorable.
Yeah.
Because he would gain something from it, like
Yeah,
emotionally,
I'm
or
not
pleasure.
sure.
お前たちに礼を申すと、大坂で別れてから多くのものを失うた。
I'm glad the baby is okay.
長門様でございました。私たちはまだ悲しみに暮れております。
息子なら大勢おるわ。
Yeah.
私どもが大坂城を出立する朝、落ち葉の方から内密にお預かり申した文でございます。
Oh.
読んだのか。
That's interesting.
ひどい勘繰りでございますこと。
Of course I did.
That I did not expect.
Is it a poem?
He keeps all of his responses so close to the chest. Okay, it looks like a
Yeah,
tiny bit of a
like a
smirk,
smirk.
relief. Okay.
涙れ。ことのはちりて焚き火かな。
Oh.
あまりに美しゅうて殿がお読みになられたとは思いませぬ。
Maybe it's a...
マリコ殿の歌じゃ。
Okay. Maybe it means something else, like a code?
Talking about like the fire of
な
her
んと見
soul.
事な焚
Yeah.
き火を
She
残され
was
たことか。
she was the spark that lit a fire.
明日にて私はおいとまをいただきま
He's
す。
gonna be alone
トラナ
then.
ガ様から尼になるお許しが出ましたので。
Wow.
私、そなた、
See?
いてほしい。
できませぬ。
私、命じる。
Wow.
Oh.
トラナガ様にお仕えするお役目は果たしました。
Well, you served him well. 藤様、いい。Ama.
You gotta commend him for trying, you know, whatever moves he can
Yeah.
to keep her there without being disrespectful.
船のことで村人が厳しく罰せられているゆえ。
トラナガ様に文を。私、明日殿に会いたい。
The subtitles are interesting
Yeah.
because it's demonstrating his like basic
Yeah.
knowledge of the language.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he's cobbling it together with like basic words.
It's so interesting as well because he's so limited in the vocabulary that he can use, but he's really just communicating so much as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
刀と鉄砲を渡せ。
Oh, remember before when he wasn't willing to hand them over?
Yeah.
And there was that whole conflict. Now he's just willingly handing them over.
配下の者たちには下手人を見つけるまで休むなと命じてある。
He's like, my English is not so good.
That's a lot
Or
of words.
Portuguese. Yeah, let's see.
殿、この通信はただの漁師の手になりません。
アンジはまだ知らんのか。
Oh, forgive me for the deception. I was born Tonomoto Akinao in the Azuchi prefecture. I am samurai.
Hi, that's right.
Years ago, my lord ordered me to convert to the religion of the
He's
Portuguese.
mind blown.
So I took the name Muraji and moved here.
Well, at least you're not Catholic.
I am a Christian. And also, I am Tonomoto Akinao. I am both.
I feel that.
He will not rest until he finds those who helped destroy your ship.
Muraji, I've prepared something to say in Japanese. Perhaps you will help me if I falter.
Bless.
He managed to communicate that message pretty well, all things considered.
殿の弟君に降伏したい。無礼を尽くしたこと、お詫び申し上げます。
Wow. Bring that back.
Wow.
私は、あの俺、
No idea.
失って、
Oh.
その
Hope. Or is the word you are looking for faith?
At this point, either one will do.
Yeah, for sure, man.
アジロの糸、放っておいてほしい。My enemies didn't burn my ship.
Then who did?
It was Mariko-sama. She hated my war against the Catholics. So she made an arrangement in Osaka to trade my survival for the destruction of my ship.
Gotcha, now it comes
Okay.
together. I wasn't piecing that
Yeah.
together earlier.
処刑正しくない。これ以上血はいらない。
己の戦はいかがいたすつもりじゃ。
We've given up?
私の戦。つまらぬ戦。
こやつの頼みは聞けん。
What?
わしに忠義を尽くさぬ者が我が所領でのうのうと息をしておるというのにただ手をこまねえておられようか。
Okay.
I was the disloyal one.
Oh.
私死ぬ。村人死なない。
Oh, wow.
私死ぬ。村人死なない。
なら
Wow.
I came here to use you.
That's honest.
Use you!
Wow.
Yeah.
From the day I set foot on your shores, I fed you shit. Packing!
Damn.
Another earthquake? Now?
私安人はこの命をもって吉虎長によるこの村への慈悲な処罰に抗議いたす。
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Well, we know he doesn't die. Not yet.
気が済んだのであれば
If you're finally done.
あの骨を立て直しわしのためについに作らない。
You can stop the theatrics. We got shit
Yeah, I
to
know.
do.
Stop,
Please.
stop throwing a tantrum. You made me snot. I need another tissue.
On the one hand, it's amusing. On the other hand, it kind of irritates me that he doesn't take him seriously. It's almost like he sees Anjin as a child.
Yeah.
Blackthorne as a, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, that's cute.
拙者は跡取りと定めていただいたことを
I thought that didn't count.
かたじけなく思うとりまする。
That didn't mean anything.
I mean, he doesn't get anything, but
かしぎの名は決して絶やさぬとお誓い申し上げまする。
そう思わなんなら申し出ておらぬわ。わしは息子に恵まれなんだが、お主のことを息子のように思っておった。わしの時世の句を。
please read it. I want to know what he wrote.
亡骸は楽な埋めるなのみさらせ。飢えたる犬の腹を満たせよ。
見事な句であろう。わしの遺書じゃ。
Does that count for anything, though?
見事なご最後。
What a thing to say. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I guess the traditions, they're very interesting.
Like, it's not flippant. There's still weight to it.
Yeah.
できれば拙者も生き延びて見とうございましたぞ。
You made your choices, though.
おいの初陣も安人が船を燃やしたキリシタンどもを海で打ち負かすところもこの先見たいことがあまたありました。
そうやすやすとはゆくまい。
Yeah.
壊さねばならなかったのじゃ。
Oh.
安人の命か。安人の船か。
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought there was something
Yeah.
extra coming there.
Me too.
見張りの者どもに火薬を撒くよう命ずるのはそう難しいことで
Oh,
はなく。
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, for
マリ
real.
コ殿が教会に話をつけ。
Oh, so he was
わしは
part of
同
that.
意した。
So then he's
殿が船を燃やしたのでございます。
terrorizing the villagers to root out his enemies.
やむを得ずの小細工よ。安人を試すための。
Wow.
あやつには
What a
いつ
test.
か種明かしをするやもしれん。
Maybe you
I
don't. Maybe you
don't
just
think
keep that to
so.
yourself, you know?
あやつは船を立て直しておるであろうが、わしはそれをまた壊さねばならぬであろう。
To keep him here?
一体どのような心地がするものでございましょうか。殿はすべての風を己の欲しいままに操っておられる。
Crazy powerful.
わしは風を操ったりはせぬ。読むだけじゃ。
I feel like you're shaping it a
され
little
どのよう
bit.
にして勝つおつもりですか。今や殿の軍は多勢に無勢。ここで好転でございまするか。せめて拙者が死ぬ前に教えてください。
Please.
そなただけは目の前でなされている策に気づくと思っておったぞ。好転はすでに終わっておる。
What?
It was Mariko, right?
大坂に軍を送るなどもってのほか。それはすなわち死を意味する。そこでわしは女子を一人送り込み、
Wow.
軍勢にもできぬことをさせた。
I guess you're right. She was Crimson Sky.
そなたには見えぬか。これから何が起こるか。
What's coming next? I'm seeing war.
これよりおよそ一月のち、我らは関ヶ原にて敵と対峙いたす。5つの軍勢が戦場にて直に相対しての。
Wow.
そなたの申す通り、お世継ぎの軍が石堂側につけば、わしの軍勢に勝ち目はない。
But
マリコ殿の行いのおかげで、落ち葉の方は石堂との盟約に嫌気がさし、秘密裏にわしに文をよこし、お世継ぎの軍を戦場には出さぬと誓われた。
wow.
大老衆は刀すら抜く前に。
Wow. They marched out there for nothing.
Wow.
そしてようやくわしの夢見た時代が来る。築き上げるは戦のない太平の世じゃ。
What a dream.
That's wild.
これは我ら皆で成し遂げたのじゃ。そなたもわしもマリコ殿も海の向こうから来たあの安人さえも。
All right.
It's time.
It's time.
あやつを殺してしまおうと思ったことは何度もあったが思いとどまった。あやつに値打ちがあるからではない。
You just like having him around?
Just an interesting guy.
あやつはわしを笑わせおるし、敵を油断させるのに十分じゃったからの。
He's just baffled at the whole situation.
安人と初めて会った時、あやつが何と申したか覚えておるか。
What did he say?
わしが戦うても望みはないゆえやめておけと申した時、
己が勝てば望みはある。
勝てば全て思いのままになる。
将軍の小さいもん。
Even Shogun.
Yep, even Shogun.
Is it what he's wanted?
胸の奥に秘めたお心は
Ah,
殿も他の者とさほど変わりませんな。
in his secret heart behind his eightfold fence.
本当のことを語ってくださる。墓場まで持ってまいりまするゆえ。
Well, obviously.
Yeah, well.
There's not much time between now and that.
Enough distraction, enough chit chat. Now you die. I wonder how many of these he's had to second in his life. Whoa!
Well, that was quick.
No nonsense. Oh, he's gonna let him suffer for a little bit. Oh no.
Man. No preamble, no nothing, just straight to it.
Like a band-aid.
It was just interesting that he did that very close to where Anjin saw him almost do that early on in the show.
I've always been of the mind that a soul committed to the deed
Man, she's helping him to
There's a
close,
soul
or he's helping her to
some
close
way.
that chapter.
lives on forever within it. わかりましたか?
No.
Not even a little bit.
ずっと一生。
This is such a difficult thing.
Yeah.
And he's helping her to do it. This is wild. Oh, jeez.
一緒
He's not ready. Oh?
Well, we know what happens with that.
Yeah, I thought he kept it.
最後に触れるのはハンジン様の手にいたしましょう
We're pissing in the wind. We need more water. しばし休まれよ。
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is awkward.
I forgot all about him.
Yeah, me too. What's he gonna do? Oh.
He's helping.
Right. Yes.
I think we all thought something else was about to happen, and he was a bit relieved.
Festering shit rags. I have a feeling this is the one. You're
We were just having fun. We don't need to translate that part.
He's bringing the villagers together. Oh, it's coming. How much time do they have? She is majestic, coming out of the water like a kaiju.
That was a drink?
Is that gonna stay there?
Oh, look
though?
at that. He's passing it on to him. Oh,
Aww.
man.
They both loved her. Oh, what has he realized?
He just belongs, you know? In a way, maybe they need each other. I don't know. He's always on the move. He's always on the run.
Are you joking? Is this the end?
It's the end, yeah. What do you mean, are you joking? It's kind of setting up that kind of ending the whole time. This entire episode is setting that up.
Man! I mean, they told us what would happen. I guess we didn't need to see it, but a part of me just kind of did want to see it. I just wanted to see it actually go down instead of...
Being told?
Yeah, instead of being told, like,
Yeah.
this is what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
The ending of the show kind of makes me feel like the poetry that they had throughout this episode and the one before it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really beautiful. It touches my heart in a way that I can't describe. Like, I can't really put words into it,
Yeah.
but I'm immensely moved by it. It's also kind of like, I guess, open to interpretation. It just kind of how you feel about it. Maybe it's not open to interpretation in the sense that, well, we know what happens. Toranaga wins. He orchestrated all of this to win without actually having to fight a war.
Yeah.
But along the way, we lost people. We lost people that we cared about.
Yeah, I mean, every single death really mattered in this show in a way, well, except for the villagers and stuff, but every single death mattered otherwise. Even the guy near the beginning who was loyal to Toranaga, who spoke out of turn and wasn't allowing Toranaga to do his political scheming or whatever.
Yeah, Fuji's husband. Yeah.
And his death came back around at the very end, which is like the last thing I was prepared to think about when he died initially. I just thought that was that. It's over. And they bring him back in the final episode. It's like it's very poetic the way the show handles all the plot points and characters and whatnot, you know, life and death within the show.
Yeah, there's so many things that like touched me on such a deep level. Like even just what Mariko said, and that Anjin-sama adopted by the end of it, which is like, we live and we die, you know? It really is that. Like we live and then one day we die. Hopefully our life in between those punctuation marks means something to us, to someone. We make a difference. But it really is that simple. But, you know, this show just made me appreciate like Japanese culture and history like so much more. I've always been a bit of a like Japan file, but this show is amazing.
The show definitely usurps your expectations repeatedly. I am imagining there's going to be a section of the audience that watched this, you know, with feverish anticipation for that war scene, and they're going to be sorely disappointed that it did not come.
Not gonna lie, a little bit of blue balls.
But I actually appreciate the way they handled all this. It completely was unexpected. It very much is talking about life and death, and it's always going to blindside you, right? And the show kind of blindsides you in that way repeatedly. Like, you don't think Mariko's going to die, especially when you are basing all of your expectations on Hollywood tropes and Hollywood plots that you're used to.
Because we're less intimately familiar with the source material. Everyone who knows the source material knew that Mariko was going to die. And also historically, the character the woman that she's actually based off of, gave her life in the same manner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those people, they're an exception to the rule, right? Like, I'm talking about most people who are like new-ish to Shogun or completely new to Shogun.
Yeah.
You know, it catches you off guard in multiple points in the story. You are fully expecting this full-scale war, and it just doesn't come. I'm trying to articulate this as best as I can. It's just that in life, you sort of have these anticipations and expectations, whether you are someone with a lot of ambitions or small ambitions. You have certain expectations that you are anticipating will come in life at a certain point, and then suddenly you're at an older age, or you get blindsided by the death of a family member or a friend, and you know, like, anything could happen along the way that you're not accounting for. And the show demonstrates that. It's kind of like life. It's like these turns that it takes. It's like, that's kind of how it just goes sometimes.
Yeah,
and sometimes
natural disasters can blindside you and just kill half your army.
Yeah,
that happens.
And sometimes it doesn't go out with a big bang. Sometimes it goes out with a cry. You know, sometimes it's not a full-scale war, but you know, something that happens behind closed doors that's sorted out in advance. Oftentimes that's how court, you know, situations get handled. It's out of court. You know, a deal is made.
Yeah,
it's not as dramatic as the movies make it out to be. And so, in a way, it just felt more, I guess, realistic the way it handled things. It leaves you in a place that's like, you're not exactly 100% sure how to feel about Toranaga. And that's fascinating. He keeps his cards so close to the chest, you're not exactly sure who he is, what he's about, what he feels. And you get a closer sense of it by the end, but you're not 100% sure.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, like even with Yabushige, even with
Yabushige?
Yeah, even with Yabushige, you know, pointing it out at the end where he's like, oh, you actually wanted to be Shogun, didn't you? Like in your deepest heart, in your heart of hearts, that's what you wanted. And he never said yes or no. But, you know, you get the sense that, you know, maybe that is what he wanted, because he was struck by the words of the Anjin when he was like, it might be a small war or whatever, but what if I win?
Yeah.
You know, like, and maybe that was something that he hadn't really thought about. Like, in his deepest heart, he didn't think that he could win. And then it just took one silly Englishman to come along and be like, yeah, well, I don't care. You know, it's fine if I win. And it's so funny, like how his whole demeanor, his character really changed. Like in the beginning, he's this like loud, brash white guy who comes in and he's all like, you know, just causing a ruckus everywhere he goes. And then
He gets Nihongofied.
Hardcore.
He gets Japanified pretty hard.
Yeah. And then he gets it.
Yeah.
You know?
The show does go counter to the rule of Chekhov's gun because it sets you up early on with these cannons, these very deadly, dangerous cannons.
Right?
And you see the destruction that it unleashes. That never shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you know, so many of us were just waiting with bated breath for that final fight where we're going to get the cannons, we're going to get the ship, we're going to get everything.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no, because actually Toranaga is about doing this as peacefully as possible. So, you know?
I mean, it's the most ideal outcome when you think about it at the end of the day. The fewest amount of people had to die in order to achieve this peaceful outcome. Mariko, like, she had the most meaningful death in the entire show.
Yeah.
You know, it literally turned the tides.
It really did. And I think, you know, it's a testament to the writing that the character was written so well that we cared about her, and also to Anna Sawai's performance. You know, she did such an incredible job with the character that we all just had our hearts broken when she died.
Yeah.
It like, even just watching it in the recap at the beginning of the episode, I was like, I don't think I can handle this.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like I lost a friend.
It was nicely framed as well. Afterwards, that moment of mourning when, you know, the scene before Fuji says she's going to go become a nun. Like you pointed out, there was the emptiness in the frame. I really appreciate how the show, for the most part, deals with death. It's just there are some instances where I'm like, it seems like we don't care about that because they don't have names. I'm like, it's just a little bit odd. Like, who were the heads on the pikes?
True.
You know, as he entered the village. Like, who are those people? Why don't they matter? They're villagers. Why are they being made to be an example of? Is he rooting out people? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those people. Like, did they actually do something wrong? How should I feel about that?
Toranaga was also quite brutal sometimes
when he needed to be.
You know, even though he was mostly about peace, he wasn't afraid to make difficult decisions and to sacrifice lives along the way. Yeah. But, you know, what I really appreciated a lot about the show was just how it was so confident. It was quietly confident.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't trying to be this like, whoa, we're having the most shock value, even though sometimes there were moments of violence and stuff that kind of came out of the blue, and it was just like, whoa, that was a lot.
Yeah.
But, you know, like you were saying with that moment where Blackthorne and Fuji were sitting alone in the home, and it was like a wide shot, and you really felt the absence. It's like, that was perfect. You didn't need to like go to a close of them showing that they were sad. They were just sitting there quietly. And you just felt like, oh, there's a person missing.
It's a very mature show in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fascinating show. There's a part of me that wonders, because I don't know the source material, right? Like, I don't know the book.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a war that followed or anything like that.
Or like history too, right? Because is this not based off of like the start of the Tokugawa shogunate?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
All I'm wondering is if a certain level of ambition was scrapped. If a certain level of, I was going to say scraped and it's scrapped, and I couldn't find the word because it just came out as script. I wonder if a certain amount of ambition was scrapped because they weren't sure how popular the show was going to be. Like, they didn't know. Kind of like with, I don't know, The Last of Us, right? They could have spent more money and had more episodes, but they weren't 100% sure if it was going to have a turnout. And then it turned out everybody showed up, including their mom.
Right, yeah.
You know, you just never know. And so it's like, in hindsight, maybe they would have, you know, FX could have been like, oh, shoot, we should have put a little bit more money into it. But I think they did a nice job. What was this phrase that Blackthorne said at the end? Anyway, good job.
Good job. Yeah, excellent job. This is how you do a show, make it feel like its own thing.
For the most part, it's beautifully done.
So beautifully done.
The little bit on the battlefield, like predicting 1 month out, it's like, It looks a little bit ropey. But
Oh yeah,
just a little bit.
You could definitely see the effects there.
Yeah.
You know.
I was a little bit peeved, just a smidgen, that they showed Blackthorne as an old man. That gives us some insight as to where the trajectory of his life. But it also kind of undercuts the tension of when he's going to do anything to himself.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we know. We know what's going to happen. I felt a little bit misled because he was holding onto the rosary or the cross, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's old, but then he lets it go in the water like the old lady in Titanic. I'm like, wait, how do you do both of those? Is it just a new one?
Well, I guess it's just a new one,
Okay.
right? Like maybe it's indicative of somewhere along the way he found faith again. You know, and like I was deeply moved by a lot of the things that characters were saying. Like,
you're right. He finds faith again through the dude, probably. It was probably the same exact kind of cross, whatever, rosary from the dude who said, oh, you know, it'd be cool if we can, like, wouldn't Mariko smile at us now because we made peace? Maybe he goes back to him.
Maybe, but I think the thing that touched me the most was when he said to that priest something along the lines of like, I said, I wonder if she heard me. I prayed to God, not your God or my God, but just God.
Yeah.
And that really touched me because I think there were so many things about this show that just kind of spoke to me and my experience of being someone from two different cultures and that kind of melding or clash. And so sometimes like I could really relate to that awkwardness and stuff, but there's also that with religion for me where like on the one hand my dad raised me to be Christian, on the other hand my mom raised me to be Buddhist, but I was never told that either of them were wrong. It was just like they can both coexist. And so I found that really beautiful that he was like, it's just God.
I get that. My mom raised me to be Catholic, and my dad raised me to be paranoid. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm Jabby Kawai. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.